Today we are here with Go Getters. They are bringing in our Wellness Wednesday on this Wednesday today. And I want to remind you that we are doing this through Get the Word Out Virtual Block Party, which is a month-long campaign to unite, educate, and empower our community. This month-long campaign was founded by two nonprofits, that's Crown Services Incorporated and We Are One Purpose. Crown Services Incorporated is a nonprofit organization seeking to support children that are in foster care with traditional and non-traditional services such as hair care, culturally sensitive food recipes, and bonding support with either their current caregiver or reunifying with their family. We Are One Purpose is another organization that is seeking to really improve our community, our streets, our roads, and really tackle our homeless population. So together we saw the need in our two different missions to work together, because at the end of the day, the stronger our community is, the stronger our future is, the stronger our children can and will be. So that's Get the Word Out. But jumping into Go Getters, we have with us Triola and Vee, which are really special ladies to me. I had the benefit of not only participating in their program, but actually seeing progress in the program. So I'm going to give the floor to them so that they can break down what Go Getters is. Either one of you can go.
All right, I'll go ahead and start. I actually started Go Getters this year. I was at a weight where I was ready to make a change. I have been teaching Zumba fitness in the gyms for a year, about a year. Yeah, just about a year. And the main stifling thing was, like, I was overweight. I had lost quite a bit of weight. I had lost about 120 pounds by then. So, I was feeling a little bit more confident than I was before, but I didn't feel as confident because I was still overweight and I was a fitness instructor. And, and people from the outside looking in, they don't know your story. They don't know how passionate you are about what you teach, especially when they see that you're still overweight. So I said, well, this year I'm going to get it together. It was January 1st. And I was like, I'm going to get down to 200. So now, like, I'm tall. So that for me was a big goal, getting out of that overweight range. And I'm almost there. I started a Facebook group just with me and all my girls that took Zumba with me. And we set forth, on this journey together. And I started to kind of talk about what I was doing using my Fitness Pal, logging my meals, planning my meals, and prepping my meals. And I was trying to teach as much as I could on that platform, but people kept reaching out to me, sending me messages, texting me, asking me questions. And I was like, how can I do this and kind of support people on an individual basis? And that's pretty much where Go Getters began, as far as the one-on-one weight loss coaching. And so now we are empowering ladies and helping them figure out how to make plans for themselves and, smart ways to prep so that their busy lives are still lived and they're still losing weight, and also eating food that they want to eat. We're not going and making you go and buy like some packaged weird stuff. This is regular food. This is, your meat, your veggies, your healthy carbs, your healthy fats, everything. You're not doing some like no carb diet or something crazy. It's just a manageable way of eating, and of course exercising, and drinking those water, and pretty much going down all the goals that you need in order to meet the ultimate goal that you have for yourself. So that's where we started. V, can you talk a little bit about what we do with the ladies?
Okay, well, what we do with the ladies is we, like Triola was saying, we give them personal coaching, personal meal plans, and we put the meal plans into their MyFitnessPal app. We teach them about the macros, the healthy fats, the healthy carbs, because a lot of them think, coming from looking on the outside in, a lot of them think that all carbs are bad because that's what we've been taught. All carbs are bad. All fat is bad. So what's left to eat? A vegetable or maybe a piece of meat. That's it. But no, not all carbs are bad. Not all fats are bad. So we teach them about the healthy fats, the healthy carbs. We also give them, like you're saying, the one-on-one coaching. So we meet with our ladies anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week for about approximately 15 to 30 minutes. And we give them the attention that they need. And we, like I said, we teach them, because most of the times when, for example, if you're just going to a gym, they're not going to give you a one-on-one meal plan. They might be able to give you one-on-one coaching as far as what workouts to do, but once your time is up, your time is up, and they move on. You try to call them, it's going to take them 3-4 days to get back to you. So with us, if they need us, we're there right away. They text message us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week sometimes, and we give them the answers that they're looking for right away. We treat them like human beings, because that's what they are. A lot of the ladies are extremely overweight, and a lot of them are just looking for some way to get out of that. Some of them began with wanting to lose the weight really fast. So they wanted to go on these liquid diets or go on the ones that don't have any carbs. And yeah, you can do those things, but the moment you start to eat a regular, healthy, nourishing meal, regardless if it's nourishing or not, all that weight is going to come back. So they
Because
have to
your
get right
body
back
has been
on that
starved for
plan.
so long.
Right, exactly, because you're starving your body. And we teach them about, getting to a certain calorie mark and not trying to starve your body to lose weight. Because there are some who will only eat 500, 600, 700 calories max, but they don't realize that they're starving their bodies. You said, "Would you?"
That is me. I am the low calorie eater. I survive. But being in Go Getters, I understood and learned. I definitely will contest and testify that I am a low calorie eater, and that's why I held on to so much of my weight. But the beautiful thing about this program is that it's not a blanket fit program where it's like, oh, we have these systems that we put in place and it's going to fit everybody as soon as you walk through the door. If you can't fit in this blanket, then there's just something wrong with you, or this is not the program for you. What I loved about this program at Go Getters is that they wrapped around you and your particular situation, your lifestyle, your schedule, your taste buds. So it wasn't like I had to go run to the store and buy a whole bunch of food that I didn't have. It was like, I remember the first Triola and Vee, and she was like, so what you got in the refrigerator right now? And I was like, oh, okay, well, let's have this and let's have that. Let's not have this. And she worked with me with what I had, which made it even more affordable because I didn't have to pay for their services that they and the support that they give in addition to different types of foods or anything like that. So that for me was helpful and making the transition and the progress that I made, which I'll share later. I think the other thing to remember too is that I've been able to lose weight even though I haven't really fully attacked my 500 to 600 calorie issue. I've learned how to eat in a way that will still allow me to lose weight even though I'm dealing with under eating. So I think that's even still a beautiful thing to take away from this, that they're going to work with you and you based on the information that they have to help you lose weight, because that's the difference between, I believe, achieving some goals versus not achieving them is that there's a blanket fit that we all try to fit up under. And that's not the case here. So I did just Google some fun commonly asked questions when you're looking for a weight loss coach, right? And so these are not my questions, but I figured it'd be fun to ask on behalf of whoever's watching, right? So one question is, does cardio workout give you the best results?
No. Okay, so there's that blanket fit thing.
Okay.
We have to think of the whole body. Our body is made of skin, muscles, fat. You know, it's healthy to have some fat, especially with women. We have more fat mass than men. And yes, cardio is awesome because it, first of all, works that heart muscle, that are the most important muscles right in the middle, very important. So we get that heart beating, you know, going and you know, in the blood pumping the way that it should. But it also helps to burn fat. So cardio is about burning fat at the end of the day, right? And really, you know, a whole lot if you can. And, you know, of course, you lose a lot of water too. But don't forget about strength training. Strength training is so important, right? What you're doing when you are strength training, you are building muscle. And when you're building muscle and you're not doing anything, it's still burning fat. Underneath the layers of fat, your muscles lie. So your muscles will stay warm and they'll continuously try to repair themselves. And as they're doing that, they're burning fat. So, and it pikes your metabolism when you strength train. Now, there's like the happy medium. Of course, you are going to maybe see a different change on the scale, but your body is going to shrink because as your muscles are building underneath the fat and it's shrinking the amount of fat, your body definition is going to look even more gorgeous, right? So you got to get your strength training on. You have to have both. You can't just do cardio and think it's going to be all that. Right, V?
That's right. A lot of the ladies that are in our group, not just in the program, but in our group, a lot of them are afraid to do strength training because, number one, they think they're going to bulk up, which you're not going to bulk up. I've been doing strength training since 2013. I haven't bulked up. I use the Total Fitness Gym. The Total Fitness Gym uses your entire body weight. I am 222 pounds. And of course, being 6'4" is another component. So I'm dragging bone and muscle and skin. I'm pulling myself up now. I have not bulked up because that's not what's in our DNA. Our DNA is not going to allow us to bulk up because we're women. The strength training also helps with.
Hold on one second. I just want to say, you would have to really. It would have to be like tons of weight that you and tons of rep in order to bulk up. And you know what I'm talking about, those ladies that are the muscle builders.
Bodybuilders.
The power lifters, right? There's a difference between powerlifting and strength training, right?
Right.
There's a total difference in regards to what you're doing to your body. Strength training is something different versus powerlifting, and powerlifting is going to give you those dramatic results that they're talking about.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. And I can see why people are afraid of that. I know you talked about the scale dipping a little bit. I have been doing so much Zumba, getting ready for my own Zumba classes, and my cardio spiked, and I noticed that my strength training had reduced. So I was like, oh, let me get back into my weight. So I started lifting weights again, and I saw a 2-pound difference on the scale, but then I saw a 9.2 inches lost total. So even though I had gained in more weight slightly, there's a lot of different variations that could contribute to that. But even though I gained in more weight, I lost inches quicker because I just did my measurements maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was like, that's crazy to have lost 9.2 inches in such a short amount of time by just incorporating that those few deadlifts and strength training movements in my workout. So I thought that was amazing, and I just want to leave that for anybody who is considering strength training or adding weights to their routine. It's definitely worth it.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's see what the next question is. These are fun. Does dieting actually work? You touched on that a little bit.
Go ahead and answer that a little bit, Vee.
Okay. No, dieting doesn't work, because I was just talking to my sister, I think this morning, on one of the posts that I put in the Goal Getters group. Dieting doesn't work because you're restricting yourself from the things that you love to eat. You're restricting calories that you need for your body. And like you're restricting, again, the fats, you're restricting all your fats. You're taking away a lot of fruits. You're taking away certain types of meats, or whatever the case may be, to go on this diet. And the moment you lose the weight that you want, because you will lose weight, but the moment you lose the weight and then you say, okay, well, I'm done with this diet, let me go ahead and start eating normally, you're going to start putting on that weight instantly. And it's not going to happen over time. When the weight loss happens over time, but when you start eating and you want to eat this and that, all the stuff that you've restricted yourself from eating, then that weight is going to start stacking on. You can gain up to like 3 to 5 pounds a week just from constantly eating and shoveling it in, and then you're right back in the same spot. You're right back in the same place.
When you think about the ratio, I didn't know 3 to 5 pounds, because like the healthy weight loss is 2.5 to 1 pounds a week, and you can gain 5 pounds in 1 week. That's just like, oh my gosh, makes me not even want to like dip into the other stuff. Like, oh no, I have to work way too hard.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I can tell you personally, like that's the other part of me being able to do this. I've been on every diet. Like I started when I was about 8, because I was obese kid, obese adult. My highest weight, I was 375. I remember all my weights from elementary school. At 8, I was 150 pounds. Like I used to feel so secluded. And my mom, she did everything she could to help. She, took me to Weight Watchers. I was on Jenny Craig. I was on a cabbage diet. I was on every single diet that you can ever think of. I was on. And, I would see results, but I live in a world with other people that eat, normal foods. And on diets, the quote unquote diets, you are eating foods that other people aren't eating. And, as a kid, even as an adult, it's hard to stick to something like that and restrict yourself so much. I even tried keto, I think it was 2 years ago. Oh my goodness. That, I was about to die. Seriously. Like I did keto, and I went to the doctor, and I've never had issues with blood pressure, cholesterol, nothing. My cholesterol spiked because, all that fat, that you have to eat when you're on keto. And so I was like, you know what? I just have to balance everything out. I need to figure it out. And after being on other plans, I said, okay, I know what the formula is. Let me do it. And I've been putting it into action, and it's working. It works for me, and it works for the ladies that we've been able to mentor. And and the important thing is, the days that I want to celebrate my husband's birthday just passed, when it was my birthday at the beginning of the year, I still have my cake. I did. And I budgeted for it, and I had it. And I did not, it did not plummet me into this place of like no return. What we tell the ladies is you're going to have an average of about a pound a week weight loss. It could be more, but the average should be about a pound a week when we have this. And it's slow and it's right, because you can, at the end of the day, eat normal foods. It's not about diets. It's not about, it's not about some kind of, like restriction. It's all about planning and doing it in a safe and natural way. So
I think even tying it, you're a behavioralist, Triola, so you understand, like, my behavioralist mind turns on, and even when we're trying to change a behavior, because our eating habits are a behavior, it's a behavior that we have developed. And so in my behavior mind, I know that I can't do anything abruptly. I know that I need prompting. I know that I need to have a plan. So to think that we wouldn't need these things in with our weight loss doesn't make sense. And of course, everyone's not walking around with a behavioralist mind, so you don't know that. But I think just to give yourself comfort, hearing from a behavioralist, I've done behavioral therapy for over 10 years. So I just want to give you comfort that if you're going to try to do something abruptly, like they said, it's not going to work. It's not going to work because your behavior has been there longer than it hasn't. So if you're going to change your diet, it needs to be slow. You need to still have your candy. You still need to have some soda, and you need to let go of that over time, so that the change that you make is a lifestyle change and not a fad, not for a moment. Because what you're looking for, you have to know what your why is. If your why is to feel good, then you can't continue to want to engage in things that don't make you feel good. So you have to let those go over time. So figure out what your why is for losing weight, and then stick with it over time. Give yourself permission to take the time that you need. I know that's something I had to do because I'm a perfectionist. I think I was like, when I jumped in the program, I was up there like 5 pounds. I was like, "You lost what?" And I was like, "Yeah, I lost 5 pounds." Like, I was like having to eat it to the T. But again, because I was a perfectionist and I had changed my behavior so drastically that I got exhausted and worn out. So then I started my tracking slowed down, my keeping an eye on what I was eating, keeping an eye on how much I was exercising, all that depleted because it was too much change that I put on myself, too much expectation that I put on myself in the beginning. Not that they put on me to be perfect, but that I put on myself. So I just want to give everyone permission to take the time you need, and progress is slow. Look at everything that you do that has changed. If it's you had one less soda, if you walked through the store, you went to the store 3 times today and you only picked up the candy bar once, that's still progress. You have to pick it up less times before you pick it up no times. So just giving yourself
the most important thing too that I wanted to add, the most important component to what we do is God. We include God in what we do. There's a lot of fitness and nutrition programs out there, but a lot of them don't incorporate God because maybe they don't know God. But we both know God. I'm in ministry. Triola has been a servant of God for years. So we know God. So when you're looking to lose weight, when you're looking to buy a house, when you're looking to shop for a car, go to God. And let him know what it is that you need. The Bible says to cast all of your cares on him because he knows and he cares. He knows that your health is important to you because it's important to him. So go to him and talk to him about, like, God, I need to lose 20 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds. And you know that I have a struggle. You know I have an eating disorder. You know that I don't like including or increasing my calories. Help me to do that. And when you're serious and you go to God for real, he will help you do it. And look, if you do not know God, you come into our program, you don't know God, guess what? You don't know him that day. We don't play.
Exactly.
We incorporate God in everything.
At the end of the day, we're going to pray for you. We pray for every single woman, every lady that's part of this program all the time, because we believe that, I know for a fact that God was the only reason why I'm always floored. 164 pounds, like, that ain't nothing but God. It wasn't me. And even being able to do this, It's not me. It's
Right.
him. He has an ultimate, goal for everyone. You know what I'm saying? And this is just a ministry, another ministry that we can support other ladies in. So.
And that's awesome. And I think
Yeah.
that's amazing because it's not very easy to find a lot of places to turn to, especially for women of color.
Right.
Having other role models to look to that make them feel comfortable and welcomed. So this is not my question, but somebody wants to know. Sex can burn calories and lose weight. Is this true?
Yeah, it's the same. It's exercise. It's exercise. That's some cardio and
It's
some
cardio.
weight training. If like what is it? Calisthenics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes. I think they did put on here. I think the response or something is like a HIIT workout or a jog.
Yeah.
So good to know. Good to
The
know.
longer you go, the more calories you burn. Hello.
You gotta have some endurance.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, so how long does it usually take to lose weight? I think we touched on that question.
Yeah. So like I was saying, we usually tell the girls, look at losing about a pound a week.
Okay.
And don't get stressed over the numbers. You'll probably lose, 2 pounds one week nothing, the following week a pound, the next week a half a pound. Just stay in it. What we usually do is we give the girls goals. You see me and Vita drinking water. That's one of the goals. Everybody needs to drink half their body weight in ounces. So you do that. You make sure that you're meal planning and you're sticking to the plan, and you're sticking to your macros, and we guide you for with the macros for you. You also get your steps in. Most of the ladies have some type of tracking device, so we give them goals for steps. So as long as they're meeting their step goal, that's another thing. We tell them how many days to exercise, what exercises to get in. So those are the goals. And then the ultimate goal is the weight loss. So you got to do what it takes in order to get. So if you're like, I didn't lose, well, it's not just one thing. It's all these things that give you that ultimate, weight loss goal.
That's awesome.
And also, you have to understand that women lose weight differently than men. I get a lot of questions about, well, my husband is on this diet. Here we go again with the word diet. Is on this diet, and he's only been doing it for 2 weeks, and he's already lost 10 pounds, 15 pounds. Okay, well, that's your husband. He's a whole man. So we lose weight differently. Right. Yeah. Our hormones come into play. We hold on to water more than men do. Our fat is on us differently. We have more layers of fat than men do, which gives us our curves. So of course they're going to lose weight faster. So you can't look at what your husband is doing versus what you're doing. It's two different things.
So what about these macros? I would like to know, because I know before I came here, I used to hear it when I did keto too for a little bit, and I didn't really get into the macronutrients because I just felt like, oh my gosh, it's too much. But I don't want you to break down macronutrients in all the way, but just when you're saying macros, what are you looking for these women to have? I know now because I did the program, but let's let you explain it.
Okay, so when I say macros, so what the word is macronutrients, right? So we have, different types of nutrients when we're eating food. We have our vitamins, minerals, and then we have the macros, the big parts, the major parts. That's macro, right? And the major parts are your protein, your fat, and your carbs. Those are the things that tip or dip the scale. And it's really based on what what the percentages are that you're putting in your body that's going to help you lose weight. Because you can have like super low calories, barely eating anything, but if those calories are all carbs, you're not going to lose weight. Or if they're all fat, you're not going to lose weight. You just have to have the right balance to make sure that you are putting those things in, because they're all important. You can't really eat without having them. But the right balance is important.
Okay, awesome. That's what I wanted them to take from that, to let them know that even with this dieting, my thing is going on. But even with this is not dieting. This style of eating. It's about
lifestyle.
balance. Yeah, it's about your balance, about what you're putting inside your body. It's about what really managing the portion control, right? Portion control of the mixture of macronutrients that you're putting in your body. You're going to see the difference. And I thought it was amazing because I was like still eating ice cream. I was still eating my favorite ice cream. I was still being able to go have frozen yogurt. And I'm like, oh, I had this frozen yogurt. I'm going to jump on the scale again this week. Oh, wow, 2 pounds gone. And I had frozen yogurt this week. Like, and I just love the fact that I get to eat what I want to eat. And I love that. So I think that answers all my questions. What I do want to do is show you a picture, because I don't know if you probably seen it on my Instagram, but compared to today, because I took a picture today, it's going to be a difference. So let me share the screen. So bear with me.
Oh,
so there's that.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, let me, that's not the picture I wanted to show you because it didn't have the words on it. So let me get you the other one. But that'll work for right now. And then I have one with the actual weights and things on them that I want to get for you right now. I thought I did, but I didn't. So you could see the weights too. But yeah, that's 256, the very first one. And then I believe 234, which was February. And I was the same weight in June when I met you guys, 234. And now I am 219.
Wow. Get it, girl.
Wow.
It is definitely
I love it.
some changes there. Let me see if I can get the other one so you can just see the other one. Let's see.
Look at that. Look at this, Sharna. Look at your back. Oh my gosh.
Look at the pose.
Okay. Sexy girl.
Thank you. I really didn't even know what to do with my arms, so you should see the other ones. There we go. I don't know. Can you guys see that now? Let me see if I can open it and see what you guys got in there.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Oh, those are the ones with the writing on it. Okay.
So I lost a total of 37 pounds. I have 20 more pounds to go.
Wow, Charnel.
Yeah.
Get it. I love
I'm
it.
officially
I love it.
out of the 220s. I stepped on the scale, even though I stepped on the scale yesterday. I stepped on the scale today, and it says I'm down 2 pounds. So I don't know what happened between yesterday and today. I left 2 pounds yesterday. But I'm officially out of the 20s, out of my 220s.
Yeah.
Charnel.
Isn't that so exciting?
Feeling it.
Yeah, so I only have 20 more pounds to go, and then I'm gonna start showing the front of my stomach. My stomach is in my most self-conscious spot. So that's why I usually don't take pictures of my tummy. Because like I have the fufa, like 100%, fanny pack. So we're not there. Yes, it's right here. It's in my stomach. It's smaller, but it's still there.
There you go. That's progress.
It's progress.
Mine is shrinking. I got the fupa too. I got what is it? After having 6 babies. Yeah.
I only had 1, and I still got a fupa. My cousin, she had like 4. Stomach like nothing. Like she ain't never had no kids. I'm like, oh,
it ain't fair.
It's not. But I'm like, whatever. Leave my fupa alone. We like cornbread.
Right.
We like cornbread. So, but that's it for me. I really appreciate. I just again want to say thank you. I guess for if I were to give a testimony as I've been doing throughout this whole interview, I would say that they're a great support, and regardless of how you decide to tackle your weight loss, support is a big, 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 big part of it. And you can, I've paid for personal trainers. I paid for, I've done the Weight Watchers. I've done, what's that one where you guys work out in the curve? I did curves. I've done them all. It's so important. It's very important that we have our support. And like I was saying, I paid for trainers. I paid for curves. I paid for Weight Watchers. But I've seen the most progress when I had someone really sitting down and looking at my food. Trainers would tell me how important it was to eat, but knowing where to go, I would get overwhelmed.
Right.
I get overwhelmed to this day. Vee makes my meal plans, and I go to the store and I buy what's in my app. That's how I get through it. Like, there's no secret. I still get overwhelmed today. You give me too many options. I'm like, Vee, this is not working. She's like, all right, look, I got you. I'll put your meal plans in. I'm like, cool. I can go to the store and buy this. And the cool thing is, it's the food that I already eat. And my kids are now eating what I eat. It's not the other way around where I was letting the kids eat what I eat. I would eat and they see me working out. They want my food. They wanted cauliflower, macaroni, and cheese. I didn't have to force it down the throat. I didn't have to go, oh no, it's this special, it does this. No, they were like, you eating it? I want some. And so I just really want to encourage that. Like, your taste buds now, where they are, your family can adapt to them, because it's really just eating what you love to eat in a different way. So that's it for me. We shared my progress. I'm so excited that women are going to get to know. I get to share this with other women, because it's really hard to try to tell them to pull them in, and I don't have your face with me all the time. Like, look, this is what she looked like. Hey. So now I can refer them to this video, and people can really take the time to sit with themselves and see, like, okay, at least I know there's a resource out there. At least I know there's a group out there, and you're connecting with people across the country. I think the accountability partner I have is in Oregon. She's not even out here, and we're supporting each other. So I just want to leave that on the table too. Like, you don't have to be here and be able to come to Triola's awesome Zumba classes. If you're not able to, she can still help you. If you're in Oregon, if you're in Hawaii, as long as you got a mobile phone and you guys can send messages, you should be able to connect and get supported. And when you feel good about your body, you'll feel good about other things in life that you can tackle. And it really is just a positive change all the way around.
That's right. Yeah, that was one thing that we left out. We do also give workouts. I do Zumba 4 days a week. Vee does strength training twice a week. Well, two of my Zumbas are with lightweight, so we have some strength training, we got cardio, we got it all. We also are working on an app, so you can get other extra workouts if you have other things that you're trying to tackle, like our FUPA, me and Charnel. We're gonna be working on that. I'll send out special workouts just for her. And we do challenges, our Fitbit challenges. We do all types of things. So just to give you that special, attention and things that you need, we have it for you.
That's awesome. So, well, that's it, ladies. I'm so excited that I'm going to be able to tag on to this video your bits and clips of your Zumba and your strength training, Vee. I think that's going to give them a really good visual of what they're going to be able to get from your program. And really, if you have any women that are willing to share any of their testimonial pics as well, I can put them in here like a little collage at the end. That would be cool. and just really showing people, showcasing how you can support them. That's really all it is. Like, what do you need? Come here. Let's talk about it. Sounds good?
Sounds great.
That's wonderful.
All right.
Thank
Okay.
you so much, Darnell.
Thank you, guys. Let's say bye.
Fun time.
Bye, everybody.